Well, I'm David Moner from Veratech for Health, but today I'm talking in representation of the Education Program Board from openEHR. You know, it's one of the 4 boards of openEHR International. We knew that talking of education is not so exciting, so we put this subtitle, Setting the Foundations for openEHR Competitive Industry. It has not succeeded because we have a few people here. But it's true that what we are going to present today has the idea of setting this basic professional community around openEHR. The Education Program Board was created around 2 years ago. You see the mission we defined for ourselves to take openEHR knowledge to the masses and build the openEHR skills that the world needs. We have a big vision for this. It's been 2 years. We are presenting one of our first results. May not seem not so much, but we were starting from scratch. So it's not bad. I think we have done a good work. And the first problem we tried to solve or to work with was to try to solve this kind of questions. When you are going to hire an openEHR professional, do you really know what are you asking for? If there were more people here, we could ask that question. What do you expect from a person who knows openEHR? I don't know if anyone has.
I don't expect that I find someone who has already
you don't expect it, but it's true that. Yeah.
I have experience that I get questions from companies that want to be involved in tenders.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something asked about openEHR, and they are looking for people that understand openEHR and they can guide this organization towards openEHR.
Mm-hmm.
But no other requirements.
Exactly.
Just to help.
The question is that probably they don't know what to ask, and maybe in the best cases they just know something to ask. I mean, I need someone who makes architects, who creates models, or maybe I need some technician who builds the CDR, the infrastructure, or maybe I need someone that is able to transform openEHR to Fire or whatever. There are many different things here. And this is very in line with what, from the presentation of Valstu, the engagement of the stakeholders. We try to cover all the different stakeholders here, because it's not the same answer for any of these roles. For the people, for the patients, for the taxpayers, what they are interested to know is why my money is invested in interoperability. Not even in openEHR, in interoperability, in data management, in health data management. For health services or health ministries, how do I write a tender? What I have to ask in a tender so that the companies go there. For health organizations, what are the competencies for my staff? What do they have to know if we implement openEHR in my organization? Or for just the professionals, medical or technicians, how can I develop a career in openEHR? Or what do I have to learn so that it's useful in my daily work? For educators, too, I have been learning openEHR for 20 years now, and we do not expect that the new people that is coming has 20 years to learn. So we need much people in 6 months that already knows openEHR. So we have to know how to teach openEHR also. These are the roles we have been discussing in the EPB, and what we have done is to put it all together and try to define the different competencies and the different skills for each of these roles. Here it's important to say that we are not trying to substitute the professional roles that exist over there. This is a kind of umbrella of competencies. I mean, I'm a technician, but maybe I work also with model creation and creating archetypes. Or there is CLG that then goes and starts touching the JSON files. And so it's not about your professional background, but it's about the competencies you may have in openEHR. So these are the main roles we have detected. I will not go into every detail. I have put some information in the slides. We are not looking at all of that, but at the end I will tell you where to find all this information. So, starting from the citizens or the general public, at the end is people that is somehow interested in how their health is managed or the information is managed. And well, what they need really is what I said, is to know why my government is spending money in these kind of things, for example. Or why it's important that my information is available for doing research, for example. If you see these orange words, is the skill or the competency. So it's the important. If you see the general public, the citizens, has to understand things. That's what we ask for them to them. They have to understand what is a health record, why it's important to have that information and to be structured, or what will be the benefits for that person, for me as a person, of having my information. This is the kind of things they need to know. Then we have the decision makers, the politicians. We have there a good politician with his smile. What do they need to know? Well, basically, they have to decide about the requirements and the strategy. They have to understand what they will need in the next 5-10 years, and develop the strategy, develop the tenders, the contracts, set the infrastructure somehow, not the infrastructure, but the ecosystem they will need in order to, if they are responsible of digital health systems, in order to develop solutions for providing health. So there is a lot of development evaluation, also understanding. Politicians have to understand what they are asking for. Then we have data users. Data users are both those who generate data and those who use data. We put all of these all together. That is, from clinicians that have to understand that at the end they will see a screen in their computer, they have to enter data for their patient, and they have to somehow understand why is he or she putting all that structured information, why is it important that not writing just a pile of words, but being more structured, for example. But also those who use or analyze that data. I mean, researchers, for example, that have to have some abilities, for example, to create queries, to query the data, extract data that is useful for them, understand that data, analyze that data. So we have combined in these data users role both things, both the creation and the use of the data. Understand the scope of health data standards. That's also important. This is people that have to know something about why we have so much standards and what can you expect from each standard. For example, can I do a research over some specific standard, or why do, for example, if you know OMOC CDM that is being used now for research, why does that standard used? Well, because it has some benefits for research. So that kind of general knowledge is also important. On the terminological, I don't talk of terminological, but they are also need to know about terminologies, not only the models. The next one, here things become a bit more complicated. Well, not complicated, but to have more perspectives to look at. Knowledge models management. That's a kind of name we try to search so that it covers the different things. I don't know if any of you use the CKM, for example. We are not following what the CKM roles are. In the sense of, well, we have a role that is the archetype the archetype editor or the archetype whatever. these are generic roles again. So these people is those who are involved in the modeling stages. That is, from the information identification needs to the creation of those models and then the maintenance of those models in time. We have these three, probably, well, this section is still under discussion. We have some comments already from some people, from Heather Leslie, for example, to improve this part. But more or less, we are talking of this. Archetype modelers, those are the people who really are developing, designing and developing the archetypes, the information structures, the models, the terminology mappings, for example, bindings also. Well, they create and they follow the modeling principles to create and govern all these models that we all know that are basic in the openEHR community. Then we have a reviewer. Maybe the name is not exactly, well, yeah, it can be, because it's both review but also provide information. I mean, it's those that maybe are not directly developing archetypes but can provide the knowledge to those who are doing that work, or can review the results to say, okay, this is not fit the reality, or this not fits the real needs, this structure you have created. So the reviewer is those that are not in the center of the development, but provide their knowledge to it. Finally, we have the translator, and I added for this, we have not discussed this in the but I added the localization, because it's not just about translating. It's not just about put it in a different language. It's about, well, take an archetype, create a template, for example, that fits for local needs, but without losing a local context and geographical situation, but maintaining the original meaning of those archetypes. So this is still, we are still fixing some comments, sorting some comments for this, but this is the general idea. Then we go to the technicians. Again, these are not exactly roles from the professional world. I mean, we're not talking of a database manager or a software engineer or whatever. These are more generic roles. Information architect, application developer, platform developer. Information architects are those who take the archetypes, take the template, and align them to the existing, for example, information requirements, the information workflows that exist in the organization. So they are able to bring the archetypes to the real, or approach the archetypes to the databases, let's say something like that. No? Align those different worlds. The application developer, well, in these two, we clearly see that idea of the open data platform we call in openEHR. There are the different scopes. The people who will develop the applications over openEHR, over the platform, and will be centered in creating nice screens, in creating nice interactions with the users, using the APIs of openEHR, using what they can see of the archetypes, for example. And a different role is the platform developer. The platform developer is the back office person, those who will implement the CDR, those who will interact with other systems, maybe build ETLs and to interact with other standards. So back office, front office, somehow, I can say that, and information management. And finally, educators. As I said, we need to provide a good knowledge. This is also very in line with Jan's presentation, the first one. We need to know how to teach openEHR and how to provide all this knowledge to the new people who is coming. How to design professional training, people who are able to deliver those training. For example, for this is also one of the first things we did in the education program board, is to certify the recognized educators. We are recognizing people who is able to teach openEHR. We are not yet evaluating a specific course, for example, or specific training materials. We are not yet there. But at least we are recognizing people who can accredit that they know how to teach openEHR. All of this I have summarized in this presentation. We have a document much longer explaining all of this. We are still finishing some comments. And our idea is to open it to a request for comments. Because it's important, again, this is a work we have done internally. We have already asked some other people, but we want to get the idea from the whole industry. And it's a pity that there are not more people here, but we will announce it at the discourse. Also, we will use the Confluence because we need to know the opinions about those skills needed. And we also want to directly go to some key people we know that we will have interviews with them so that we get some opinions directly. So, as I said, we probably will announce this, I don't know when, but the following month maybe. So I hope we can get some good information from here. What's next from the APB also? As I said, we have talking now of the openEHR roles and competencies and the recognized educators. At some point, we would like to start recognizing courses, training that is accredited. We are not really going to check the slides, for example, for a course, but at least to know that if a course says that is giving the skills to someone to create archetypes, well, you cover the minimal skills we have defined, for example. And after that, maybe yesterday we talked of this at several meetings, the professional certifications. This is probably one key thing we need in order to build really an openEHR industry. We need certified professionals. We need that those companies that are asking for training the people, then they have a paper that can go to a tender and say, okay, I know about this, and this is certifying that I know about this, and the project can succeed with this knowledge. So this is our ideas and next steps. I don't know when we will arrive to here. Probably it's still years. We are still some years from this, but that is the idea. And in fact, your battery is running low. Okay, I finished. And finally, this is also a call to all of you. We are now at the APB 4 people. It's me, it's Hannah, it's Helen Brain, no, 5 people. Luis Marco and Johan Belika. We need more people. Well, it's also Peter Bouvier that is also collaborating with us a lot. Because if you see, for example, these roles, thinking of things, can also be a way to show openEHR to the world. I mean, for example, for the web page. These could be the profiles that someone who enters to the web page could be interested in looking at information. So these competencies, these roles, I think they can be very useful for many different things. We need more people, so this is an invitation for any who is interested to join us at the APB. So if anyone is interested, please contact us, contact Jill, and we'll be very welcome to work in all these topics. So thank you very much.
Extra points for mentioning the forum, and that's a good place to contact you through.
Yeah.
So that's the conclusion of this session. It's lunchtime, so lunch is...
it's in the pavilion, which is just down in the middle of the
I think it's
Main Street.
It'll be where there's loads of people.
Yeah.
There is
also, please get recognized. So, so we have now 8 openEHR
Yep.
recognized educators, and I know that, for example, in HighLed there could be potential educators that who could be recognized. So it would be really, really good if you apply. So, yeah.
Very simple,
So-
it's on the website.
Yep.
Little click.